Welcome everybody to the first video component.
This is the first video.
Because like our fans don't know what we look like.
Oh yeah,
This is crazy. Because we're too ugly for video.
Yeah.
But the beauty of YouTube is that they let anybody upload.
Yeah, that's true.
No matter how ugly you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna lose listeners now. Now that they can see us.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck, that's how they look like?
Or they just like go back to the podcast.
Yeah. They're like, they're not Mexican.
We could be.
I don't think anyone assumed that. But before we hit record, we were vibing out to something.
Oh yeah. Oh dude.
Oh, you had to put the phone away. You forgot.
Yeah, I had to put I have dance amnesia because like once I get down,
yeah,
it's like I black out. Because
we had it connected to the aux earlier.
Aux.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this is also like, in addition to being a podcast studio, it's also a dance studio.
Oh,
if you've ever seen MTV's The Grind,
yeah,
it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It looks much smaller than it is. It's kind of like a big warehouse. This is just a wing of the dance warehouse.
Yeah.
And we had to shoo a lot of people away.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's guys dancing and stuff, and there's like a whole Soul Train line type deal. And we go, guys, that was all well and good, but we have to do the podcast now.
Yeah, we were like,
so we kicked them out. I towel dried. Am I still sweaty or?
No, you're good. You're
good.
Yeah,
I'm not like
you're presentable. You're presentable
because we're on video now, and I don't want.
Yeah, you got to worry about like the
yeah. Because before I could look like shit.
Yeah,
and just
we would just be in our sweats.
And now I like have to try a little bit.
You got to like shower before
a little bit.
Yeah, like shit.
They can smell me. All right, that song.
Yeah. While you pull that up, it's been we were gone for about a week.
Yes, I was sick, man. I always get sick. I have a weak
immune
system.
But something has been going around.
That's what I hear.
Literally everyone. Like I had a meeting last week, and
yeah, we get it. You work, dude. Okay.
I'm sorry, man.
I had a meeting last week, and this thing's going around. Every meeting I go to, they tell me this thing's going around.
Yeah. Well, I had a meeting at a McDonald's. They're like, "Sorry, we can't hire you."
Oh, whoa.
I was like, "Shit, man."
Have you ever like eavesdropped on one time I was at a McDonald's and I overheard a job interview going on in the dining room?
Really?
Yeah. So I'm just like, I used to do a bit about like how it's not like a good job if while you're like, well, I'm a team player, and you just hear just people like getting ice.
Yeah.
I work well with others, and I have initiative. Yeah.
That playing in the background.
Yeah, just people getting crushed ice while you try to apply for a job.
I don't know if it still kind of reigns true, but like for me, when I first moved out here, there were all these coffee shop meetings and like Starbucks.
Well, that's a big red herring. Like anywhere, if you're applying for a job and the guy meets you at Starbucks, it means he doesn't have an office.
Yeah, exactly. And I've noticed anytime I've met with anyone at a Starbucks, I'm wasting my time. It's just like a get to know you. It's like no prospects, no job. Nothing's gonna come from this Starbucks meeting.
Maybe like a coffee.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Or for me, green tea, because
you fuck with matcha?
No, I don't do matcha.
Matcha's having a moment.
It is having a moment.
Isn't it weird to be old enough to see beverage trends where it's about matcha right now?
Yeah.
Kombucha had a thing.
Kombucha did have a thing in L.A.
Oh, I think all over.
Did it? Okay.
Well, L.A., it's like movies. New York and L.A. opening first.
Yeah.
And then people in the Midwest are like, kombucha? What's this about?
But
that's like 5 years later.
Well, before kombucha was the whole sparkling water, LaCroix. What was it?
LaCroix.
LaCroix phase. Yeah. Everyone fucking had LaCroix. Thank God.
So I think we've talked about this, but LaCroix, I feel like, was the first, but they don't do it the best. LaCroix was entry-level sparkling water.
Okay.
It was very popular.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Vanilla Ice, and that like it was one of the first to break through as a white rapper.
Yeah. That opened the doors for...
But Vanilla Ice is no Eminem.
Yeah. And Eminem, there's no Post Malone.
Whoa, you think...
No.
Damn. Did you want to be on video for your first lava take? Guys.
I have no...
it's very cool to see the video component, because people get to see what I have to endure when you have your lava takes.
Yeah.
To see it in the flesh is a different thing.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But no, I don't compare Post Malone or Eminem. Eminem is washed up though.
Whoa.
This is not my hot take. This is not my lava take. This is just what the people.
Is it?
Yeah, Eminem's not what he used to be.
Well, here's the trouble. Rap is such a youth-driven culture.
Yeah. Eminem's
you
like
can
50 years old or some shit.
Yeah, that's just the nature. Like, he's still good and, well,
Sure. Okay. So
technically proficient and
Yes.
everything. The trouble is, like, if you're a rapper, your whole currency is on like counterculture, and like rap and pop is so youth driven
Yeah.
that you're gonna age yourself out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, just no matter how good you are, and that's true of anything. Like, Madonna's an icon and all that stuff, but you can't cheat Mother Time or
Yeah.
Father Time, whatever. And so eventually it's like you can respect what they did and in that era, but no one wants to watch like a 60-year-old woman grind on the stage.
Well, and that's the thing. I feel like
Or you have to say you do and say
Yeah.
that's empowering, but like deep down you're like, what are you doing?
I notice a lot of artists, the older they get, they try to cling on to what they were 20, 30, 40 years ago, as a Madonna, you
Yeah.
know, or as an Eminem, where he would just like kind of go after anyone and everyone. Like when Eminem would drop a song or a single, people would be like, I'm going to listen to make sure I'm not targeted, you know, like these celebrities or other musicians. Like it would be a thing like, fuck, Eminem like came after me. Now it's like no one really fears that wrath, you know? And it's like you don't have that power that you had in the early 2000s anymore, or the late 90s, you know?
Yeah.
Eminem speaking. And it's like he's still doing that, and he's like a fucking he's almost 50 years old and he's still trying to push that same, you know, image, brand, whatever it is. And it's like you got to evolve. And I feel like right now for like the Backstreet Boys, they had like a single last year or some shit, you know, where they had like their comeback song, and these guys are like well in their late mid 40s, and they're like on stage like dancing and shit, you know. And it's like,
Do you think anyone's like, I want to hear what Backstreet, how they've evolved, or what
I was
they're
like,
talking about nowadays?
But it's like even if they make a pop song, you don't gotta dance like you're 20 years old. Like that's not appealing anymore. Like no one's gonna be.
They should all be on stools.
They don't have to just be. You don't have to like. One Direction was like out and about on stage, but they weren't like pop lock in and shit. It's like the 90s is over. 2001 is over. That is not what we want to see anymore. It's like if New Kids on the Block start doing the same shit they were doing from like the 80s, like the dance routine.
Well, the trouble is, like, people do want to, like, their fans do want to see that because it's a blast from the past, and that's what they did, and it's like, yeah, they're still getting it, but they're not going to get
feel like that's just feeding to the fans, but it's not like growth, artistic growth.
You think New Kids on the Block is getting new fans?
You could, hey, shit, you know, like who does it? Who are some like old bands?
Well, the trouble is, look, it's great for whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
But if you're New Kids on the Block, you weren't the most artistically revolutionary. You were just banking on the fact that there's 13-year-old girls going through puberty.
Yeah.
And you happen to have the machinery behind you for you to be this
mean,
thing, you know? It's like purely transactional.
Yeah.
Pop is just sort of like, all right, Swedish dude. Yeah, that's a hit. All right, the Swedish guy gave you 5 guys. Like, learn it.
Yeah.
This is your choreographer. You're just a cog in the machine.
Yeah. But I feel like at this point, you're not going to have the same fan base that you had 30, 40 years ago.
Yes, it's just going to be a victory lap. It's
Yeah.
just going to be a cruise. And it's just like whenever the people hear it, now that they're older, they have kids and shit. But like in that moment, it's like they're 13 again. And then it's like they don't have any responsibility.
Yeah.
So it's more of a nostalgia play.
Yeah, and I can see that with them. But when you look at like some of these other artists, first of all, what was
the song? We're getting away
yeah.
from it. That song was called "In Touch" by Dowell and Charlie Taft, and that of course will be on the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour Spotify playlist.
All right.
So yeah, that's one of 2 songs, guys.
And if you guys, for people that are watching in the video, I feel like would you put the song in the description?
I probably will.
Okay, but I feel like even in the beginning,
I'll play it in the beginning.
yeah.
Oh, maybe I won't. I don't know. We're trying to figure it out, guys. Look, it's not fully formed.
Yeah.
All right.
We just want to just record.
We just wanted to
put
hit
something
record.
out.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't really thought that
We
steps
don't
ahead.
think things through very well.
But if you want to think for us, please email us.
Yeah. If you have some good ideas for how we should run this thing, email us at fahimanwardancehour
at
gmail.com.
Yeah.
That's the same email, right?
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to be monitoring this.
The what camera?
The camera so even though I am speaking to you,
Correct.
I'm going to be, because again, this is our first time doing this and we want to make sure
that it's fine.
Where will this be uploaded to?
I believe YouTube.
Well,
Or should I do Live Leak?
No.
Should I do some like obscure? What if I do Vimeo?
E-bombs?
Yeah,
Oh.
this will be. We have an exclusive deal with E-Bombs World. Yeah, I think we'll bring it back.
No, which channel?
The resolution is like 240p. We refuse to do high def.
Yeah.
We're E-Bombs World.
We're shooting
purists.
this on 4K, but we're going to
downgrade it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To 240p.
To 240.
Make it
We're working with
accessible.
Logitech.
Yeah.
The same team that created the 2001 webcam.
Oh, wow.
Just
yeah.
downgrade this 4K quality to 2001 standards.
We just want to make it accessible.
Yes, we
For
want
the people that are still using dial-up.
right,
Yeah.
because we don't discriminate. We want like
discriminate.
villages and stuff to catch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because we have listeners in Afghanistan.
So like most of our listeners are from Afghanistan.
In the rural areas.
in
you know?
the, in the rural. Yeah, if there's herding going on.
Even in like the rural hills of Morocco.
Oh really?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's there.
It's a
You know,
thing.
we're broadcasting everywhere.
Yeah,
we're
worldwide.
global.
Uh-huh.
We're global.
It is interesting. Sometimes I'll go on the Libsyn and I'll see like who's listening and where.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
And
the world's a big place, and you're like, oh, one person in Turkmenistan is listening.
Hey,
And I just try to picture, like he's like, and he's like,
Hey, for that one listener in Turkmenistan, we
Yeah,
appreciate you.
like he's supposed to be getting water for the village, but he just like slacking off. Like I'll do it later.
He was like, I'm learning a lot about American culture.
Yeah, just inane bullshit.
Yeah.
Like they really need him to be a functioning member of society, and we're just talking about New Kids on the Block for way too long.
We're informing the world on American culture through the perspective of two Afghan American men, straight
Yeah.
men.
Oh, thanks for
I
reiterating.
just had to.
Because if you didn't say that, we were about to be gay icons.
I didn't want to be like false advertised.
Right.
There was this one celebrity that really let everyone believe they were gay for the long. Oh man, and it was like
how does that work? What do you mean?
it was a scandal, and they got like exposed on Twitter. I don't know if there was like a celebrity or like a new age like influencer celebrity where they were trying to like appropriate a lot of gay culture, whether it was like a voguing dance or
yes, queening too much.
they were just like letting people believe that they were gay for the clout, and then someone exposed them and like, this person is straight.
Whoa, that's funny. Outing them as straight.
Yeah, it was a woman too, I think. I can't.
Anyway, DJ Qualls came out.
Yeah,
That was heavy.
that was caught us all off
guard.
Yeah. But once it comes back to me, I'll come back next week and be like, this was the person that we exposed on the podcast, that was exposed on Twitter. But
So you came by the Comedy Store yesterday.
yeah,
You did your tour again.
yeah.
You'll just hit me up randomly like, yo, can I come to the Comedy Store?
Yeah.
At 11.
See, this time I checked.
You did check.
I checked the
Other times you just show up.
Well, other times I have to ask you for it, because sometimes I'll go on the Comedy Store Twitter page, and if they don't post the set list or the whoever's going up, I'll go on their site. But then if I'm on their site and I don't see your name, then I'll be like, are you going? Because I'm like, okay, if you're not at the Comedy Store, you might be at the Improv or the Laugh Factory or some of these little other, like West Side Comedy Club or something, you know? So that's why.
You just wanted to make sure I was playing or what?
Yeah, to see if you were going up anywhere. I was just with a friend when we were hanging out, and we're like, oh, let's go to a comedy show. And I was like, all right, I'll check.
So you're entertaining? This is another person you're entertaining?
No. It was just they're local as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we were just kind of hanging out, and it was just
I
like,
see.
we're like, oh, what should we do? Whatever. And I was like, oh, we could do a comedy show. And it was funny, man. It was because before, like 2 people before you, Eric Griffin, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah, I
his
love
name?
Eric. Yeah.
I've never seen him because I know Andy reps him.
From Workaholics, Eric Griffin.
Yeah, and he. So I've always seen him on like Andy, your manager's like snaps and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never seen him perform. Unless I'm wrong. Unless Andy doesn't rep him.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't.
Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. Or does Mo rep him?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I just see him on Snap. I see him on like Mo's Snap, Asif's brother, and I see him on it. So I don't know.
Okay.
Whoever reps this guy is.
By the end of this podcast, we're gonna find out.
We're gonna. If
who
you
his
know
representatives
who
are.
reps.
If you know who reps Eric Griffin,
Please email.
Like he's my friend. I could just text him right now.
Yeah.
Be like, look, Ollie really wants to know who you
Who-
rep by
yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
because of vested
all I
interest?
know is I see him on Snapchat or Insta stories,
Mhm.
and I've never seen him perform.
I see.
So I saw him for the first time last night, and he was I found it really amusing because it's really weird. You really like the audience. He was going after a specific type of like he was like roasting people this
Yeah.
and this about like, and once it kind of start getting real to the audience, like they weren't, because he could be like he could say something about like he was talking about like immigrants and Mexicans,
And everyone's like, ah.
yeah, and he was like deaf people.
Yeah.
He was saying something about, and then the second it turned into like,
Oh, this might be about me.
yeah, then like it just, and I'm literally the only one laughing, and I'm like, all right, maybe I shouldn't laugh, or maybe I shouldn't clap.
But also, it's, the Comedy Store is one of those places where it's a workout room as well, and you don't know what phase he is in developing a bit.
Yeah.
I think he's working on a new thing.
Yeah.
And especially if you're trying to say something.
Yeah.
Especially given the times that we're in right now. Sometimes it'll come off more abrasive at first than later.
Yeah, possibly,
so when you catch, just know this is an audience member. Sometimes when you go to a club and you're like, oh, this is a little off-putting or whatever, just know maybe you're not watching the final product.
Yeah.
Like that response and that kind of tenseness, we pick up on it and we're like, okay, I need to massage the language a little more.
Yeah.
Or I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
Like I'm not explaining it enough, or this is too hard. So
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen Eric go through phases when he's developing material, even when I have an edgier bit or something.
Yeah.
There's growing pains.
Yeah.
And so if that audience member happens to catch you at one of the early nights, they just think you're a monster.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
And everyone's bar is different though.
Yeah.
Like your bar for getting offended is going to be different than like Susan from Ohio's.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, it was cool. It was a fun night. It was it's been different going to the Comedy Store, like my once a month visits.
How so?
One, I mean, this is just practically, I'm just speaking logistically. It's easier to like park and get to before it'd be insane to like on a Friday, Saturday night. Like before, as in like maybe like the summertime, but I feel like now like last night was pretty chilly.
Yeah.
And there's it's getting more packed.
Oh, really?
Like I remember going to like a 11 o'clock show to see you or somebody else, and 11 o'clock it was like thinning out.
You're right.
And after each comic, groups of people would kind of walk out. Last night, maybe like between each comic, like 5 people would walk out, and then more people would come in. I'm like, oh shit, this is like
the show stays good for longer.
Yeah,
because
I like that.
The early days, people would leave. Maybe like people start filtering out around 11, 15.
And I take it personally because I'm like, when you motherfuckers sit down, Fahim is getting
well,
up
that's
there.
the beauty of the Comedy Store is like people don't care. The body can only take so much comedy. You don't know what their dinner plans were earlier. Maybe they've been there for a long time. So it's like you don't take offense to people leaving every 15 minutes. It's just sort of part of the thing.
Yeah.
And a new crop will come in.
Yeah, people
That's
come.
the beauty of the Comedy Store. It's not like a roller coaster ride where you get loaded. Like if you go to the Factory or you go to the Improv, people get loaded into the seats and they're just like locked in for the whole show. The store, you can go to the bathroom. I mean, you can go to the bathroom any of these places. But you can go smoke. You can go wander around, have a drink at the patio, go back in.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's just more of an organism.
Yeah. After your set, someone performed, and this guy behind me like just falls down the stairs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was super weird because everything just stopped. And
was everyone like, is this guy alive?
Yeah, and I had to get up, and I was like, let me check on this guy, and he was like,
it's okay. Is it one of those things where you fall down the stairs?
He was drunk. He was.
Is everyone okay? You're the one that fell.
We had some guy like had to pick him up, and he totally wasted. He was like, yeah. I was like, fascinating. I love it. I was like, all right, it's time for me to go now. you know, it's that time of night. But it was good.
What do you got?
This past week has been award seasons, man.
Oh yeah, a lot of snubbing going on today.
Ooh, have you watched Uncut Gems yet?
I have.
No nominations in the Oscars.
Yeah, that's the big snub for today.
Yeah. Look, I don't know have you watched Joker?
Yeah.
I don't know what your take is on Joker. I don't think it was 10 nominations worthy.
That's how many got?
It's got like 10 or 11. And I'm like, really? That? Like, it was a good film. But like that many nominations? I don't know, man. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. Like,
What are
the
your
thing
thoughts
is,
on the award season?
I don't know. Everyone feels like they get snubbed or whatever, but like this happens every year, you know?
Yeah.
Like not everyone gets it. I liked Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
was
Did
good.
you see anything else in theaters recently?
Not in theater. Or Parasite. I saw Parasite. That was great.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
That was a great film.
Did that get nominated?
Yeah, I got nominated for Best Director, Best Screenplay, I think, Best Foreign Film, Best Picture. Yeah, it's probably it's my favorite film of the year. It was like the best film.
Yeah.
Next to like neck and neck with The Irishman, and then 1917 was.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's like limited release, and it's like slowly opening up on a lot of cities, and
You like that?
It was
Just from a cinematography point of
yeah,
view?
like from a technical perspective, gorgeous, like fantastic. I just wasn't. I don't know. It was good. It was a good film. I just don't think it was like I don't know. I'm just over war films. Like every year, it's like the only thing relevant that's ever happened in Europe and in London.
Well, war will always be relevant, and also.
But it's like World War I and II. It's like the only thing that's ever happened.
Oh yeah, no
to
one
London,
wants to. No one wants to
apparently.
watch. Well, those are the ones that are so far removed that people, because it's so black and white as
Yeah.
well. You have this clear villain, like the guy killing all the Jews for sure. Let's
Yeah.
get him, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas every other war, like it's, I guess Vietnam, people will still watch a bit, but once you get into the Middle East wars, like
Yeah.
Desert Storm and stuff, or
Yeah.
like Jarhead, like no one wants to be reminded of that.
Yeah.
They never do well.
Like
all the movies they make about it, even if they're great movies, it's like people just check out of it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like every year Europe, like London, England, specifically England, puts out like 5 World War I or II films a year.
Mm-hmm.
How many fucking films do we have to have on Winston Churchill?
Well, it's one of the.
It's like the only thing
That's
that
the heyday when white people fought white people.
that's
and
true.
That's just very good.
It's
on
the
screen.
only like
That's just movie magic.
significant thing that's happened to England in the last 100 years was
Sometimes they want to do these other wars,
yeah.
but casting doesn't get to cast as many white people because only one side is white.
That's true.
But when you do World War I and II,
yeah,
great.
everyone.
but then you get a cameo from like a kamikaze pilot, and then you get your
Yeah.
diversity
yeah, the
quota right there.
Yeah.
Because you're like, how come there's no? And then
There you go.
there you go.
Yeah. 1917 was interesting because they had a Sikh Indian guy in it, which it's significant because there was a great amount of like brown people in the war that fought in England that were like Pakistani, Indian, and no other war film has depicted any brown person in it. And so this time in 1917 they gave a small role to somebody, and I was like, all right, that's cool. The representation checkbox, the diversity
Yes,
checkboxes
yeah.
checked off. And
I saw the Bikram yoga documentary.
Yo,
It's interesting. I like how everyone's calling it hot yoga now,
Hot
just
yoga.
to distance themselves.
Yeah.
Is this that Bikram? No, we don't. Me too. You. This is just hot yoga. We crank it up.
have you ever done yoga?
I've done regular yoga like
Okay.
twice.
All right.
Yeah, it's hard.
So is hot yoga just
I think it's that.
No
but they just
air
crank
conditioning?
up the heat.
okay?
Yeah,
I watched the documentary.
interesting guy.
Interesting guy.
Yeah.
My younger sister does yoga. She's like a yoga instructor. So when I watched it, I sent her the link.
You go, this is your best friend.
I was like,
Yo, check out this documentary on your best friend.
I was like, you know this guy? What the fuck?
Oh.
God, man.
And he's still working now. Like he
Yeah.
laid low. And now
Yeah.
he still has. What's so interesting is after that documentary and all the allegations and lawsuits and all that stuff, he's still teaching schools, and there's like all these like
Yeah.
prospective teachers that are like
yeah.
they're willing to overlook it.
Yeah.
They love yoga so much that
Yeah.
they're like, look, this thing is so transformative. I can look beyond
Yeah.
the trying to molest someone in a hotel room.
It's wild how like his origins. I'm gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna walk over to the camera because again, this is the first time we're doing this, and I want this to be good.
How's it look?
It looks like it might have gotten a little darker.
What is that? Because the sun is moving.
I have no idea, but we're good now. I feel like we're good
Well,
now.
I like how the box follows my face.
The focus box.
Oh, I bought a good camera, guys.
Okay, I think we're good, right? Or maybe
Sure.
maybe again, this is the first time we're doing this, so unorthodox.
Yo, this is just good
methods.
YouTube TV here. We're letting people in. Oh, is that what we're gonna do every 15 minutes? We just turn the blinds a little bit.
I guess so. Why not? We're keeping it interesting. You know.
Um,
I'm just.
What, you don't like what you see?
No, I like what I see. I'm just.
This is great. You get to see filmmaker Ali Baluch
I'm
behind the scenes.
My biggest worry and concern about this entire thing is not being in focus.
Yeah.
My other podcast we've done.
90% you were out of focus.
Man, our producer Sumer Khan. Sumer, if you're listening.
Shit. Good thing that we're like live on video for you to call him out.
Sumer, all you gotta do is just make sure we're in focus, and we'll do like an entire episode of like the one person out of focus, our guest, and I'm just like, well, there goes that. Well, we have the audio,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking, make sure the recorder's recording, that's recording, and it's in focus. But everything looks well.
It looks fine.
And our lighting is solid.
It's not bad.
Maybe, next week we throw out the second
light.
A second
Guys, you don't
light.
know this, but I bought a set.
Yeah.
We're only using one of the lights.
We're only using one.
So tell us what you think, how the light is. Just write in fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com. Let us know if you like the one light.
It's going to progressively look better.
Hopefully.
Progressively.
What if it gets worse and worse each episode?
I
put this curtain up. Come on.
I look hella pasty.
I feel like I look pasty too. You're darker than me though.
I feel like I could be.
I'm doing Conan tomorrow.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Warner Brothers lot?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, you know your lots.
I know my talk show
You're
lots.
just trying to tell people that you work. Just first with the meeting, and then now Warner Brothers lot.
I've only because I've attended a Conan taping.
You did.
Never worked Conan.
Which one?
Oh man, years ago.
Just as a fan, you went.
Yeah. This guy was like, "Hey, I have a ticket to Conan if you want to go," and I was like,
Sure.
"Yeah, sure, why not?"
Do you remember who was on the show?
Yeah, the guy from Big Bang, the Indian guy from Big Bang
yeah.
Theory.
What's his name?
I don't know. He's just the Indian guy.
Yeah. You mean the richest Indian man in the world?
Probably, yeah. That's been on like 20 seasons of Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
This was back in 2014 or 2013. Yeah, it was 2013. So it was like 6 years ago. But I don't know. Shit, was that 6 years ago? No.
What?
2013. Yeah, 2013 was 6
Yeah, man.
No, that was 7 years ago. Fuck, it's 2020 now.
I mean, barely. It just became.
Yeah, shit, man.
I did Conan.
You did?
This is
Yeah.
my second time. I did it maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be cool to do again.
I remember, yeah.
This one's nice because I've done 2 late nights already. I've done Conan last time, and then I did a late night with Seth. That was my first one.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of done with late nights just because I've done them. And usually the process for it is you submit a set, and then they come back. They're like, I like this joke, this one, and then give me something else. So it's just back and forth, and you work with the booker till you get it to a place you want.
Yeah.
Or that they will like green light.
Yeah.
And that's cool the first time you do it, or like the second time you do it. But it's such a thing, like
the process, yeah.
And I already have 2 under my belt, so I'm not chomping at the bit to do them,
Yeah.
But JP over at Conan's really cool. He was like, do you want to come and do it? It was just like offered pretty much.
Okay.
So it wasn't
you
this
didn't
like
have to
back and forth.
submit, yeah.
I sent him the 5 I wanted to do, and he was like, yeah, great.
Yeah.
So it was just so easy.
Okay.
So that's why it was just a matter of like, I'm not going to leave that on the table.
Yeah.
Especially if they're like, come down and do a set. I'm like, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But if it was this big, like I wasn't going to like, pull teeth to do another late night.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun, especially the way I'm treating it this time. I'm going in, doing a set, going home.
Yeah.
It's here in LA.
Yeah, it's local.
They're like, do you want a car? Because like you can have a car and you get driven there. I'm like, I don't want to make a meal out of it.
Yeah.
I just want to treat it like any other stand-up set
so
around
it's
town.
Yeah, the gig. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the best way to treat it, where you just go in, do the set, leave, and
grab some photos on your way out.
Yeah, give some the snacks in the back.
Yeah.
Say hi to Conan.
Yeah.
And then go home.
Stop by Burbank, grab some food.
Yeah.
Head home.
Because some people want to make a big deal out of it. They'll be like, and I already did that the first time.
Yeah, the first time.
The first time I did Conan.
Like, yeah.
It's almost like you're doing it for everybody but you sometimes. Because like you're there to do a set, but then sometimes you are the bridge to this fun Hollywood thing. So friends or like your brother will be like, I want to be back, like 'cause it's fun for them.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to take that away from them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though technically it's like you're working.
Yeah.
Even though it's a fun thing, it is.
Yeah. It's
like,
an
you're still there. You're still there to do a
experience. Yeah.
job, but so it's hard. You gotta like kind of make everyone else happy, and then also do the thing. So I did it. I got it out of the way the first time.
Yeah.
And this time I was just like, nah, I'm gonna be low key about it. I'm not really gonna have anybody. I'm just gonna do the set and then leave.
Yeah. Oh, that should be fun, man.
Yeah.
So the listeners,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
because this is coming tomorrow.
Oh yeah. So then tomorrow, well, now go to YouTube, watch it. It'll probably be out or Wednesday
or stay up late today.
Yeah.
And
or
watch
stay
it.
up late and watch.
Watch it tonight
Depending on when I drop this, if I'm good about it, maybe I'll drop this.
on Tuesday.
Yeah. That's tomorrow,
Oh,
right?
Okay. Yeah, I gotta silence my phone. Oh, forgive
Whoa.
me. Oh no.
First faux pas.
Yeah, I gotta mute that.
What's the message? Is it another meeting?
Literally, yes. Can we schedule a meeting? You know,
I'm
you
just trying
just,
to figure out all the ways you can let us know that you're working.
I'm just
director.
meeting. I'm not even working. I haven't
Dude,
touched.
so am I.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get all these emails like, so-and-so wants to meet. I'm like, and I really don't see any end game with this. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I have nothing else going on just throughout the week.
Yeah,
Like, sure.
some human
I'll meet
interaction
them.
would be fun. Yeah,
Or it's just like, you got to do it.
yeah,
Yeah, there's no reason to say no. So you go there, you have a bottle of water. What are you up to? What do you got going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. It's great. Well, what we do, you know, and
Yeah.
then they tell you this thing that is like a satellite of what you do, not
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, like,
yeah,
if you have anything, you know, here, you go, okay.
yeah,
And then you go, can you validate this? I go, yeah, good seeing you.
yeah.
And then you run into them 3 years later at a club, and they
Yeah.
go, and they expect you to remember their name
Yeah.
from one meeting you had 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then they like hold it against you if you don't remember.
Mm.
You don't understand the sheer number of faces stand-up comedians see day to day
Yeah.
at a comedy club, just like fans, and then also just like other comedians. And we take a million meetings.
Yeah.
And also some of these people who take the meetings, it's like they just take it so they can keep their job.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone pops off, they'll be like, well, I had a meeting. I had a meeting with them, so like I kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it's just this buckshot, like, let me meet everyone.
Yeah.
It's part of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Networking, baby.
Yeah. That is like lunch meetings are a thing.
At least you get a meal out of it. A lot of these are just sort of like pop in, you get a water.
Yeah.
The worst is, at least now they kind of know who you are a little bit in what you do.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in my 20s and I was like first going out on meetings and stuff. And I would go to these meetings and I'm just a human who has an understanding of what the word meeting is.
Yeah.
So I think you go there and they have some backstory, but I would go into these meetings and I'm like young. And the guy's just like sitting there, like looking at me and I'm like, hi. And I didn't understand that it was like a performance as well. Like it's
Yeah.
not a meeting. The meeting is just a label they put on it. It's technically an audition.
Yeah.
They want you to come in and be like, hey, what's going on? Oh, I saw the receptionist like have bits and shit.
Yeah.
And be like Robin Williams in
Yeah.
a chair. I thought that like they would kind of know what I do a little bit or be probing with some questions and such, but it's just kind of like you would take these meetings and then you'd go in there and they kind of want to be wowed or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that. So it wasn't until a couple of those that my manager at the time was like, what are you doing in these meetings? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because they said like you were comatose. I go, I don't know. I was just sitting in a chair. I, was like, I don't know.
I was there for a conversation.
Told me, yeah, I was there for a conversation. Like
Yeah.
I thought you said they wanted to meet.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you got to be like, you talk to them and spin a yarn and all this shit.
Oh man.
I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, let me know that going into it. At least now it's like I have enough body of work with stand up and like they have a semblance of what you do. So they're a little more warm when you come in.
Yeah.
Rather than just this fresh faced 20-some-year-old kid and they have no idea. They were just told.
Yeah.
Or you probably realized that your manager at the time just twisted their arm into meeting you.
Mm.
And then when you come through the door and they're like, this motherfucker, I'm doing this as a favor.
Yeah.
And this guy's not doing cartwheels. Yeah. So that's just, if there's any entertainment people A meeting is not a meeting.
A meeting is literally just
A meeting's an audition, sitting down.
Yeah. It's like a meet and greet. It's like, hello, this is who I am. My name is Ali.
Mhm.
And this is what I do. What do you do?
Yeah, what do you
How
do?
did you get to where you got to? Tell me your story.
Maybe that's the way I should spin it. It's sort of like when you have a substitute teacher or a teacher
Yeah.
and they're into motorcycles or something. You're like, what's like your favorite motorcycle? And then you don't do calculus because they're talking about motorcycles for the rest of class.
That's, yeah.
So maybe when I go into these meetings, I got to be like, how did you get into this? Like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck what I do. I'm
Yeah.
fascinated by the way you
Bro,
greenlight projects.
People love talking about themselves. Anytime you ask a guy,
Do you see the irony in that we're doing this on a podcast?
yes.
We're just like, are we in a glass podcast studio casting some stones? You know what I fucking hate?
We're self-aware.
Dude, everyone in the world, they just love hearing their own voice.
I hate when
They think everyone wants to know what they have to say, you know?
Yeah.
It's like everyone has a microphone. And like,
It's like
people
they just
give a
gotta-
shit. Nah, no one gives a fuck what you have to say for like an hour every week. Who has that kind of time? Like, how delusional are you?
Yeah. Like people
Like,
find
who
this
is that?
interesting.
People set up curtains
Yeah.
in their house in Tarzana. They're like so fucking sad,
Warehouse.
and they buy
A warehouse.
a warehouse that's like also
Dance
a dance
studio,
studio,
yeah.
and then strips down into a podcast studio at a later time. And then they buy these like weird lime green yellow couches off Amazon, thinking that it adds production value. Dude, what's a dog turd? Let's be real.
Let's be real.
And then they have like white mic cords. Like what? You couldn't afford black ones? Like no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one of them has headphones on because he saw Rogan do it one time and he thinks that now he's legit. No one cares.
No one cares, man. No one cares.
No one gives a shit.
Guys just love talking to them.
Guys love
Hearing them,
talking to themselves
Yeah.
and hearing their own voices.
Just ranting about trivial shit.
Mm-hmm.
Having lukewarm takes.
Well, was that a shot at me?
No, that was a shot at me.
Well, because you have lava takes.
Yeah, well, maybe some lava takes or lukewarm takes to some.
To you?
Yeah.
To someone with lava taste?
Yeah, so lava take people find it lukewarm. Real lava takes.
Do you have any recent lava takes?
Nah, not at the moment. Maybe I do that. I haven't really like.
You don't know yet?
I don't know yet. Yeah.
I steam these curtains. Can you tell? Do you think I need to steam them some more?
Shit, man, that must have taken a long time.
Whoa, thanks. It took a little bit.
Damn, because I had a green screen once and I had to like pin it up and shit. And it was like you see all the folded lines. It's like I am not
Yeah.
ironing out a fucking green screen, but
It's not that bad.
you put in the effort though.
I put in the work.
Yeah, it shows. It shows.
Thank you.
It's the effort that I would not have put into.
You know what my new thing is? Just buying things off Amazon that make my life incrementally better.
Like what?
Not vastly better,
Yeah,
but enough.
yeah.
Like the steamer, all right?
Oh yeah.
I don't have a steamer.
Okay.
So I looked on Amazon. There was one for like $12.
Oh wow.
And the reviews are like pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do it. All right? Like if I get burned, it's $12.
Yeah.
I got it. It's the best thing ever, man.
Oh wow.
It plugs into a wall, but it's so good. It's a game changer.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Do you have a food scale?
No, why?
To, like,
Why
weigh
need that?
meat?
Is that because you're keto? Are you on Jenny Craig?
Not yet. But like like sometimes you're supposed to weigh out if you're trying to lose weight.
I want to get shredded and just say I'm on Jenny Craig. Because all the guys talk about like keto,
Yeah, we gotta
and
rebrand.
2-a-days and paleo. And I
Yeah.
was like, no, I've just been doing Jenny Craig. And
See, that's the thing. We got to rebrand Jenny. We should reach out to Jenny Craig.
if they're a sponsor,
If
and
they
we're
will
both
sponsor.
just like yoked out of our minds.
Yeah, we'll just work out for the next like
I'm
6
like, what are you
months.
doing? Orange Theory, Equinox, or keto? Just Jenny Craig, you know?
Jenny Craig.
watch what I eat.
1-800-95 Jenny.
Uh-huh. Wait, does Jenny Craig have points? Or is that Weight Watchers?
They're all the same thing.
I like how Oprah will like bob and weave in and out of Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
Like once she's skinny, she's like, I love Weight Watchers. It's part of my life. And then she's a little heavy, and then she's dark.
Yeah. She's like, Oprah.
It's almost like Born Identity, like when like she's on a on a radar. Like, all right, we've lost Oprah. She's off the grid. she's off the grid, and she's just in the stairwell eating a sub sandwich. And then when she gets skinny, she's like, "You can do it too."
Yeah. We should we'll hit up
That
all
always
the-
bothered me when I was younger, just watching
Oprah's
like
weight.
the preaching. Yeah, that's always a thing. It's like especially in now society, it's so interesting. Like now that Adele got skinny,
Oh yeah.
it's like a snake eating its tail. No one knows how to handle it as a liberal.
Yeah.
Because she was a role model when she was fatter, right? And now that she's skinny, is she too skinny? Is she not powerful anymore?
Yeah.
Are we upset that she likes skinny her now? If she claims that she's healthier, does that mean bigger people are unhealthy? And even if the answer is like yes, you're not allowed to say yes. Like you see that clip going around with
that lady that
Jillian
workout?
Michaels.
Yeah.
Because I wake up and there's usually a Twitter dumpster fire going on.
Yeah.
What's trending? I see Jillian Michaels, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, we're devouring this person today. Let's see what happened.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? You just wake up and you see a name, and you're like, like that's who we're killing, huh?
Yeah.
It's like The Purge, just like that's
Yeah.
the name. You go, ugh, tough break, Jillian Michaels.
Yeah.
You know when you click on Jillian Michaels, it's not going to be like, the world loves her.
Yeah.
So I click on it, and then it's this whole like, fuck you, Lizzo's a queen, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what happened? And then I actually look at the clip, and I don't think she was crazy in what she said. I thought she was very diplomatic about it. She said she liked Lizzo, and she was just sort of pushing back on the thought, like, do we have to celebrate? Like, it's so, like, she makes great music and all that stuff, and if she's happy with her weight, that's fine and everything too, but like, there are health ramifications of being a little heavier. But when you look on Twitter, it's like more people die of mental illness than heart disease, bitch. Like,
I just didn't think it was her place to say anything. Like, who give? Like, shut the fuck up, man. Go like do sit-ups. Why the fuck do you care about Lizzo?
I
and
think
her
maybe
weight?
because
It's just like putting yourself like in someone else's business where like no one gives a fuck about.
I forgot. I gotta watch the clip again.
Yeah.
But when I saw it, it didn't seem like a
It
totally
was just-
outlandish bash at
Well, her
Lizzo.
thing was like it was just like you're just another super thin fit person being like fat people we shouldn't, you know. I think Lizzo's thing was like it wasn't about celebrating her being big. It was just kind of like she's like accomplished, she's like this super successful artist without having to conform to the beauty standards. It's like I can be overweight and be super successful as well, you know, not being like I'm super successful because I'm overweight.
Well, yeah.
You know, it was just for me. I mean, I wasn't in the outrage place, but I was just kind of like I saw that and I was like, why does she care about Lizzo and Lizzo's lifestyle and her weight? Like, I'm not gonna be like, well, you guys, you know, let me go on another podcast like Fahim Anwar got ripped for the Domino sketch and he lost his comedic edge, you know. You know how they always say like whenever like comedians get buffed, they lose their comedic
We'll
edge.
see with Kumail. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, you know.
He was ripped in Silicon Valley. They had to hide it.
Oh.
It's sort of like when actresses have a baby,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just have more bigger clothes. But yeah, the Lizzo thing was interesting though.
Yeah.
You
You never want to get caught in that purge list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because once you're in it,
Yeah.
you just fucked. There's like she can't win.
Yeah.
But look, we're already over it. The thing is that what we know as a society is that
it's
the
such a-
purge cycle
yeah.
is so fast. Everyone's appetite for blood
Yeah.
is way faster than so. Yeah.
It's just clout, you know.
It's clout.
It's because it's like, oh, let me hop on this too. Let me throw her under the bus for a couple of retweets and maybe a follower or two.
But my take from it was, I think it's cool. We live in a culture where it's okay to be accepting and to appreciate what people have done. And like when it comes to Lizzo and all that stuff,
Yeah.
like it's great that someone can be outside of the mainstream or, you know, traditional standards of beauty and still excel.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think like liberals just want you, and I consider myself liberal, is you have to like celebrate. Like, why can't you just appreciate and accept? Like, accept isn't enough anymore. It's like, no, celebrate what's going on. Put your hands in the air. And I think the Jillian Michaels thing was like, no, I like her music and everything, but why does everyone have to celebrate the fact that, you know, or especially if she works in the business of fitness or whatever.
Yeah.
For some people, even people who lived most of their lives overweight and then they get skinny, like sometimes they'll say that they feel better, and
Sure.
not that you have to force that on anybody, but
and-
like
and
there
that's
is value in.
But yeah, so my standpoint is the celebrating part is the fact that You know, there's a woman like Lizzo who is incredibly musically talented. She like if you watch her,
she's great.
If you watch her performances,
It's insane.
like high intensity for like a hour-long concert, whatever. But it's like you can be this super successful mega pop star like Lizzo and not have to look, because a lot of people always felt like you have to look like Ariana Grande or Taylor Swift or like these super, super thin like musicians to be like chart-topping success, like be a Britney Spears sex icon to be successful. And it's like Lizzo and Adele were like two women where it's like kind of fighting against that stereotype of a successful pop star using, you know, fitting to some form of image. You know?
I guess there's two arms of it. There's image, and then there's, I don't know, health ramifications, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not our problem.
Yeah.
Whatever Lizzo decides to.
I just want Lizzo to be happy.
I just want her to be happy. That, and you know what? At the end of the day, that's what matters.
That's what we all.
We just want
Lizzo to be happy.
These individuals to be happy.
I just want Adele to be happy.
There's some people I don't want to be happy.
Who don't you want to be happy?
You know, I gotta save my pettiness for myself.
You know, this is out of nowhere, but I saw Bill Bellamy today.
Who's Bill Bellamy?
You-
Wait.
I'm outta here,
Wait,
you
Bill.
motherfucker.
Okay, actually, no, I don't know. No. I know Matthew Bellamy.
Who's Matthew Bellamy?
I don't matter. Whoa.
We just offend each other by not knowing the more valuable Bellamy for us.
Who's Bill?
You don't Bill. Wow. Bill Bellamy from MTV fame, and then BET fame, I believe. He was a stand-up.
Oh, okay. Okay, a comedian.
Yeah.
Matthew Bellamy.
He didn't know that I knew it was him.
Oh.
But he didn't even see me really.
Oh,
It was like a you situation. I had a hat.
Yeah.
And I had a jacket, and I was like, "There you are, Bill Bellamy. You have no idea."
You know, you is practical. Like I thought maybe like watching it, I was like, this is not.
Have you finished it?
Yeah, I didn't. I'm upset that I watched. I'm like, I can't believe I.
Yeah,
actually...
over the holidays, I
Yeah.
started season 1 because my cousins were talking about it, and then
Yeah.
we have so much downtime for the holidays.
Yeah.
So I banged out all of season 1.
Yeah.
And then
Season 2
and
came
then
right
season
out.
2,
Yeah.
I finished that. I like 1 better than 2.
Yeah, 1 was good. I was upset at myself that I watched it.
Why?
Like I watched 2 seasons of it.
Yeah.
Like 1 season was enough, and like I dragged my feet to like get through it. Interesting characters, whatnot, and like the whole stalkers thing. At first, I was like, "This is not realistic," but then I'm like, like because now I'll be at like restaurants. I'll be like, "Could someone be watching me?" And I'm like, "It is practical," because like when you're like for this meeting I had earlier,
Jeez, motherfucker.
another meeting. I was at this like cafe restaurant where I'm just speaking to the individual. I don't know who's around me, who's sitting, who's staring at me, who's eavesdropping. Someone could be right behind me, and I would never know the entire time.
Correct.
And I would like to think that I'm very aware of my surroundings, but I'm not as aware as I thought I'd be.
Because a lot of the girls
Yeah,
didn't know Joe was around.
they didn't.
Isn't it funny how Joe thinks he's invisible if he puts a hat on
Yeah,
and just the jacket?
it's like, yeah.
And it's comical how much he jerks off in that show. Like, dude, I would cry laughing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so many shows.
it's a lot. How's our mailbag looking?
Oh, yeah.
Because we've been MIA.
We've
for
been
a
MIA.
bit.
You know, we
Yeah.
don't have an insane amount, but I think, look, now that we have this video component,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like letters to Santa. we're gonna have so many.
I am looking forward to this.
Yo, do you guys like this slash of light going across my eyes?
Oh, dude,
Just
that's-
right into the podcast.
This is
Let me
some-
know if you like this this slash of light.
Ooh.
Fahim Anwar Dance Hour
Whoa.
at gmail.com. Let us know if you like it. If you do, we'll try to record at the same time every Tuesday so that
At this
it
time?
hits the blinds just in
Dude,
this
this
way.
is some nice, like,
This is great.
if we do black and white, this would be like a very noir vibe.
There she was. Or I'm like Joe from You.
Yeah.
Like I'm just jerking off to the girl.
But you'd be
changing
a
next door.
detective. And
There I was in my Tarzana apartment or townhouse.
Yeah.
She was getting undressed. I jerked off even though Ali Baluch was here. Did he like to watch? Who knows? I'll watch the footage and find out. But first I had to answer some emails. All right,
what do we
come
get?
on.
Wait, what's our mailbag looking like? So
Mailbag.
I feel like the camera puts on 10 pounds. Now I gotta
think?
Now I gotta keto it up.
Good pounds? I feel fat.
I
I've been
feel-
sick, so I haven't gone to the gym for a bit.
Yeah.
I go to LA Fitness, guys, in case you're wondering.
If you guys want a Joe Fahim.
Jenny Craig.
Shout out to our sponsors,
Craig,
Jenny Craig,
shout out.
Jennifer Craig.
Yeah, what's her deal? Do you weigh food out, or is it just meal? Like, how is Jenny Craig different than Weight Watchers?
I have no idea, man. I was just gonna keto and just make sure I
Keto?
eat within my calories, because calories.
I think that'd be a good dating app. It's just called like keto,
bro.
and you get to find your keto soulmate.
I'm shooting. This month alone, I'm shooting 2 dating app
What the
commercials.
fuck? Which ones?
I can't. They're not.
You're
paying
not
me.
allowed to disclose.
No, they're not paying me enough to advertise.
Whoa, what does that say? Like, they're not even worth the advertising on Fahim Anwar Dance Hour. They're no Yamaha or Kawasaki or Apache helicopters.
Our budget's a little bit, our like sponsorship packages
Pretty insane.
are pretty insane.
Because we run you quite a bit.
Yeah.
Broken Glass.
Yeah.
Remember they wanted to get in?
They did. Life
Alert?
Life Alert was like, we can't afford it.
We can't
anymore.
afford you.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that Kawasaki has that budget because they were used a lot.
Yeah. Out of like our 50 some episodes, like 30 of them were all Kawasaki. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't want to make the move to Tarzana for some reason.
Yeah, well, they have a stigma against the valley.
Well, maybe it's the whole Asian thing, and they felt more at home in K-Town.
Yeah. Koreatown,
And
yeah.
Tarzana it's a little more upscale.
Yeah.
It's kind of where you go when you've made it.
I guess so.
I mean, where do you live again?
I'm in Koreatown. Bro, K-Town's popping. K-Town's on the up and coming. They're opening up so many little spots now.
I like how places with massive homeless problems are always like, it's coming up.
I'm a little upset that it is coming
It's
up.
like, dude, when you step over them, it's like, just pretend they're puddles. And it's like the spot.
You just don't see them as people.
Do you think that'd be bad if you're on a date in K-Town and then there's a homeless guy and you just put your jacket over him and you're like, my lady? Like, that's you being chivalrous? And then she steps on him with her red bottoms.
I thought...
And she goes, you hate homeless people too?
I was good.
We're soulmates.
Was going somewhere else in my mind.
Oh, really?
I thought I'm putting a jacket on this man because that's Frank. It's like, hey, Frank. Have a warm night tonight.
Oh my god, that's hilarious! Like,
But
you're on a date with a girl, and then you put the jacket over the homeless person,
Yeah.
and she thinks that you care about humans and humanity, and you're like, no, now you can step on him like he's a puddle. Like it turns out you're like she thought you were Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
It turns out you're Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I'm mixing universes, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
Email time. This is from Ira Graham.
Ira.
What up? We get to say what up in video, dude. Try tips, lol. Just listening to the Euro trip episode. Been busy with Christmas. It was funny when Fahim said something about try tips, and Ali thought you meant pizza, lol. Just caught me. This is like so specific and from so long ago. I don't even remember this conversational moment, but I believe it. And I don't think I care enough to like cue up the tape.
You know what's sad?
Huh.
When I got our Spotify year in review, like on my things.
Yeah.
Number 1 podcast was this podcast.
Oh yeah, you're a big fan? Yo, I go to Libsyn and it's just like we're the biggest traffic streams.
It's like Ali I have your IP.
Yeah, it just has like a 800 number to like a sociopath hotline.
Yeah.
Just because we listen to our shit only.
Oh man, I can't that's how narcissistic I am. I'm like, I had a great conversation.
I gotta hear this back. I fucking killed that banter. I lived it, but let me hear it. Just coming, funny, happy New Year, you guys. Been a good listen this year. Hey, thanks, Ira.
Thank you, Ira.
Hey, he's not us, and he's listening.
We have people that aren't us that listen to the podcast.
What if that's the our promo for the podcast? Like there's people not us who are listeners. All right.
Fahim Anwar Dance Hour. Everyone,
you're not him and listening. This is from. Oh, this is a mouthful. Do you think you could do this better? I feel like you're better with.
Oh no. Ooh.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
That should be a game show. Just like white people trying to pronounce some of these names.
Nur Saihira Sheikh.
Yeah.
Nur Saihira.
It'll be like Wheel of Fortune or something.
Yeah.
And it's like. And it's called I'm Not Racist. The game show. And they just give a name.
I can pronounce
it. And it's a coworker they've been working with for like 5 years. And it goes bang. And it's just like you're my kid's grandfather. Or you're my kid's godfather. All right. Hey, guys. Happy New Year. Hope you guys are doing well. Do you guys mind sharing your New Year's resolutions with the audience?
Ooh.
Mine is to read all my purchased books that is on my bedroom shelf. Lol. Like maybe one book a month?
Yo, that's actually on my list.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And what are your conclusions to Don't Fuck with Cats?
Oh.
Do you think Luca worked on his own?
Yeah.
Of course. Come on. Keep up the great work, guys, and thank you for keeping me entertained at work. Smiley face.
Well, I'm glad we can keep you company at your lonely, soulless
Whoa.
job.
You're putting words in her mouth.
Oh, no, it's getting darker on our...
I know. Shit. We're going too long.
But that's fine. We're
Maybe
learning. We're learning.
That's how we know to wrap it up.
Yeah.
You can't see us anymore. Welcome to the Sundial with Fahim Anwar. When you can't see us, time's up. Do you have a New Year's resolution?
Yeah. Mine were like simple. I mean, like focus on my production company, building that out. That's one.
Just more meetings.
More fucking meetings. Maintain, stay skinny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I eat like
keep
shit.
the keto. Or no? Are you like in and out of keto?
I might eat in and out of keto. I might do keto one more time this year. Like I feel like I gotta do keto once a year, and then that's it.
Just to reset yourself.
Yeah, and then read. I do not read at all.
I too do not read.
So I have a few books. My friend sent me a few books to read. One, I'm starting this one book called Asada.
I read a lot online, like articles and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but just like actual novels, I'm not good.
I have this one book my other friend sent me by Bell Hooks that I need to read. So I'm trying to read one book a month. That's what I said to myself. At least a book a month.
That's doable, right?
Yeah, and then work on my Farsi. I want to be very fluent in Farsi. So I followed a few news channels.
I feel
like on Instagram.
I mean, you're better than me.
I want to be
you're
like,
trying to bone up, then
bro.
What am I?
I get roasted too much for my Farsi by like family and friends. So I need to.
That's why you have to distance yourself from them. I've been telling
they're
you.
toxic.
You don't have to learn better Farsi. You just have to distance yourself.
I just want to flex. I want to like have impressive Farsi.
You want to like be so impressive they think that you're like a fob.
Yeah, like,
like your English gets worse.
Yeah. Like, when did you come to the States?
You're drinking tea all the time. And you're just like,
yeah. I'll just be sitting all like folded legs.
You're like, I won't be needing chairs.
Yeah. But yeah, those are my few. I can't remember my other ones. But work on my spirituality. I think I mentioned that last time. I want to become more religiously practicing, and that's a challenge.
Especially out here, baby.
Especially out here, man.
Out in fast-moving Tarzana, where there's temptation on every corner.
Yeah. It's just not even that. It's just being lazy. And I'm like, maybe I should focus about God.
Yeah.
Take some God lessons.
What if it was cool for us to do it 4 times a day?
Bro, man, if God was like, do it 1 time a day, I'd be like, fuck, man, I got to do this once a day. But I have, so I'm trying to be more religiously observant. So what are some of your resolutions?
I don't know.
Do all the
really
late night
have 'em.
shows.
Yeah, do Conan Tuesday. Like I just do it so
Fallon, Kimmel.
Yeah, all of them this year.
Lily Singh.
Lily Singh.
That's when you know you've tanked.
You think it?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Oh, shots. That's
shots. I don't have any specific. I don't do that. I'm not like this year, blah blah.
Yeah.
I just gotta do it on the fly. You know. I don't wait a whole year to recalibrate.
Yeah.
I just do it when I feel it. I'm pretty good about it.
Okay.
Yeah. And my goals and stuff will be different every year or depending on the month and all that. But it's not like I have this clean slate and I'm like, this is the year I do blah blah blah.
Yeah. I always thought resolutions were silly and stupid. But for some reason,
why wait?
I just felt like it's like a good start. It's like a fresh start. It's like a cleanse. It's like, okay, I'm starting fresh.
I guess. I
And
think it's
like,
good for people with excuses.
Yeah, I feel like every year is like you look back and you measure, like, because for me at the end of the year for this 2019, I look back in December. I look back at everything, all like the invoices that came in from my meetings. No, but like I looked at it like, okay, how was like growth in the company? How was like all the things that I've done? Like, have I progressed? Am I like standing still?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I've looked back from December for the rest of the year. I'm like, okay, now moving forward, now that January is next, I want to like keep that in mind and move forward in a more calculated approach. So and this was the first time I've ever done that. Before, maybe it's me turning 30 as well, where I've been like
I do that too.
trying to catch like track growth.
Yeah, I do that as well, but it's on the fly.
Yeah.
So when I come to this realization or whatever, it doesn't necessarily always line up with January 1st, or because maybe I might come to this conclusion in March, or
Yeah.
So
True.
look, we're all trying to get better. I do it on the fly, and you do it yearly.
I've only done this once. This is the first
I see.
time. Yeah.
All right, this is from Zappo Theek.
Okay.
Or no, Brad. That's the email, I guess. All right, Fahim and Ali. Okay, well, the subject heading is amputees and false talls. Fahim and Ali, love the pod. Been listening every week since I first heard Fahim on WTF with Mark Maron.
Whoa.
I have a hypothetical question for both of you. Let's say you are a man that is like 5'4", or some other stereotypically, quote, short height for a male. If you get into some freak accident that causes you to have amputate both of your legs, would you request artificial limbs that make you taller? Is it ethical to request legs that can make you 6'3"? What about legs that can adjust to different heights depending on the situation? Does the tragedy of the accident cancel out the vanity inherent in this request? Seems silly to not take advantage of the opportunity to be a foot taller. Thoughts, Brad?
I
would definitely go for taller.
But like, I wouldn't go 6'3" tall because that's still a long way
Egregious?
down. Yeah, because you got to factor in accidents.
The fall?
Yeah,
That's true. So
Yeah.
like when you're up there,
Yeah.
it's pretty nice.
Now, like,
But if you have a tumble,
and bigger legs mean heavier legs too.
heavier legs.
So
And that's just physics. You
Yeah.
have a longer lever arm.
yeah.
So you're going to fuck
Look,
your face
You know,
up.
at the end of the day, this is gonna sound fucked up to our amputee listeners.
And that's like I looked on Libsyn and it told us that we have a lot of amputee listeners. I go, how do they even track that data? But Libsyn's really good.
Yeah, it's
I
very
guess-
specific
I
about our
guess there's like a
demographic.
drop down. You have to enter how many limbs you have.
Yeah, when you listen to Spotify.
Yeah. And then they like Apple Music and all that and
Shit,
Spotify.
man. Yeah.
They go, are you enjoying the podcast? Where do you live?
Yeah.
How many limbs do you have? And that's how they track.
When you're limbless, God forbid any of us lose a limb.
You know, one time I went to go see that movie, Limitless, but it was right next to this movie called Limbless.
Oh, you walked into the
I
wrong
walked,
theater.
I walked into Limbless. And then it was just this guy without arms and legs for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's Bradley Cooper?
Oh man.
And then the usher was like, oh, you're looking for Limitless. This is Limbless.
Yeah, wrong theater.
And I go, what's Limbless about? He's like, that guy. And there's just the guy.
Was it moving?
What, the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just him like brushing his teeth and stuff.
So he wasn't moving.
But he had like a Wonka contraption to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you are limbless,
Uh-huh.
your height is not a factor anymore. You know, it's not like a deciding factor in attraction.
Okay.
Maybe I should just stop all of that. This is not. This is sounding worse.
You know
Coming out.
what's great is that like because we're on YouTube,
Yeah.
like there's another medium for us to get canceled on.
Fuck.
Because before podcast, you have to disseminate it, but like
Yeah.
now YouTube, we've doubled the chances of us getting canceled, which is kind of
so
nice.
I'm just gonna stop right
No,
there.
but I want to hear the thought process behind this. So once
Your
you have
height
no
is not a
limbs-
factor at this point.
I guess that's kind of nice though. Like height is no longer
Yeah.
this burden in your life.
Yeah, and also you gotta like height comes with physical proportions. You can't be 7 foot with like a tiny torso and like short arms. You know, you gotta fit your.
Do you think that if you do lose your limbs, and you were like 6'10",
Yeah.
you remind people because you're like, 6'10",
Yeah.
just because that was a feat.
You can tell, yeah. If you got forbid,
No, do you think someone could tell just like
Yeah.
if somebody had no limbs and they go, you like 6'10"?
bro, the guy's like proportions, body, like his torso and his arms and his neck, like you're gonna make, oh, this guy is a tall guy. You know, not his legs are gone, but like his waist up, he's 4 foot tall.
Right.
Imagine how tall he'd be with legs.
That's a good point.
You know?
I think I would go for taller legs than what I was. Like, God forbid,
Yeah.
I lose my legs.
No.
I could go for like 6'10" or something, or 6'3".
I can see
6'10's a little much. I'm not trying to play basketball. I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want, I feel like you're in the right. If you want to get a few extra inches, like who's gonna
I would stay.
Also, who's gonna call you out on that?
Yeah.
What a monster! You're gonna be
Yeah.
like, I know you lost all your limbs, but you'll always be 5'10". I know you're not 6'3". You know the guy you're dating, the guy who doesn't have any legs. He's actually 5'10". Don't let him lie to you. But how tall is it where it becomes comical, where it's just so over the top?
6'7".
What if it's like
6'6".
What if it's like Yao Ming? He has like 7'5"
Yeah, that's
titanium legs.
Yeah, shit, that would be a nightmare. At that point, just wheelchair it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm not one to speak. God forbid that happens to me.
If you have artificial limbs and you went taller or you went the same height, write in. Let us know
My
what you chose,
apologies
why.
for my
You're trying to get our listeners
observations.
back.
I'm trying
Well, this is ignorance. We don't know any better.
I don't know.
What comes across as crass is like we don't know.
It's my stupidity.
I think it is ethical to request taller legs. I think you've been through a lot, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, you deserve that. Okay, this is from Jay Johnson. Reality TV, subject heading. Hello. I'm not sure how you all feel about reality TV, but if you had to be on a reality show, which one would you choose? Parentheses, food, Survivor style, Housewives, etc.
Survivor. So some like
Survivor?
Bear Grylls type shit.
Naked and Afraid.
Nah, I wouldn't be naked, but I would be Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a no.
I feel like that would suck.
Because like that, you don't have to create you don't have to script drama. Like nearly dying is the drama. You know, like I don't have to fake.
Like hating a person?
Yeah.
Because you're just trying to live?
Yeah.
Yeah, the stakes are pretty inherent
Yeah.
in a survival show.
Yeah.
It's literally life or death.
Yeah.
With Housewives, it's like, she's two-faced.
Yeah.
You have to create these like bullshit stakes.
Yeah. And it
She didn't invite me to her party.
and then you're just
Gung, gung.
depicted as a monster.
Yeah, and editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no Bear Grylls where it's a survival show. And
Yeah.
then in the edit, you're like, whoa, you made me look like shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
When I was trying to build that fire,
It's all about image.
what would I do?
Big Brother.
No, I hate that stuff though too.
Amazing Race.
Yeah, maybe that, I guess. Or, I don't know. What reality show? What do you think I'd be
Keeping
good?
Up with the Kardashians. You know, I would do
What?
Gordon. No, actually, I
Just
could
get yelled at by Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Yes, chef. I'm sorry, chef.
I'm an idiot chef.
You call this pudding? You're a fucking twat. Yes, chef. I'm the biggest twat.
Or I like when people give him attitude. Like,
Yeah.
do you not know?
Why try to go
Don't you know how it
toe-to-toe
works?
with
That's his thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna sign up for Kitchen Nightmares and be like, he was kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
He was mean.
You don't go toe to toe.
The guy known for being an asshole was an asshole. That's weird.
Oh.
Yeah, you just take it. You go.
Oh.
Yes, Mr. Ramsey. I'm sorry.
So what do we got to dance out to, man?
Dance out.
You know.
You ready to convert this back into the dance studio?
Oh yeah. You guys can come back in. We're almost done. Yeah.
Guys in the spandex, in the Lululemon,
Yeah.
get ready to dance.
So thank you guys for
Thank you. Wow.
watching
Our first
and our
video.
first video, even though there's been a few hiccups, but
few
hey, this is a
hiccups.
process.
Yeah.
We're gonna look back and be like, hey, remember the first video where we had to adjust the blinds?
Right.
and-
It's going to be in the Smithsonian.
yeah. So save this file. We got to keep the raw files,
Yeah, okay.
you know.
I will.
But yeah, if you have any for now that it is YouTube, we need subscriptions. So if you want to subscribe,
You know, I was uploading these to the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour on YouTube, but I might just do it on the Slez Dog because I mean I don't have a ton of subscribers on there,
But
but
there's somewhat of
it's
an
some
audience.
activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you can upload skits in between, you know, and
Yeah.
drive traffic, have one place.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe it'll be under Slez Dog 2000.
Wherever it'll be. Ooh, yeah, shit. We won't even know how to tell you where it'll be,
What?
where the episode will be.
It'll be on YouTube.
It'll be on YouTube.
You'll figure it out.
YouTube Fahim Anwar Dance Hour,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah,
it'll show.
I'm coming to Washington D.C.
Oh yeah, so
January
I won't be there.
23rd, 26th.
But my friends in my DC group chat were like,
Nice.
They
I've got
shared the link.
the DC group chat
Yeah.
audience.
And then they're like, "Hey," and I was like, "You guys should go. He's really funny." And I
You're-
just
you're
left
like,
it at that.
Oh, nice.
I left
You're
it
like,
as
you have
2
to
cents.
comp 80 people. They're all Afghan. they want a discount. They want all their drinks comped.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I'm
I'm
and they're- you like, I gave them your number. I get a million texts like, how do I get there?
Yeah.
Where do I
my
park?
God.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're in line.
All I did was one sentence. You guys should definitely go. He's hilarious live. And then
What
everyone's
the fuck
like,
does that mean? You mean on recording I'm no good?
he's not funny on.
On video.
Yeah.
But live.
Okay, so that they're looking. Okay, good. It's a
And
good
you're
group.
scrolling through, you go, he ain't shit.
Yeah.
He ain't no Cat Williams.
So Saturday, January 25th at 9:30, you'll see a group of Afghans.
Nice.
Let them know. I'll let them know that they're with.
It's so
Ali
funny.
Baluch.
Afghans are such hospitable people, you know?
Yeah.
I'm getting DMs and be like, if you ever want to hang out or just, you know, like, see, like they're inviting me to dinner and all this
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, man, take them up. The DMV.
That's too many. There's so many. I can't see every Afghan in DC.
We'll do a group one. Be like, hey, you want to take me out to lunch? They want to take me out to lunch. Let's
Yeah.
all come together.
You might be wondering why I brought you 50 Afghans together. I'm allowing you all to take me out to lunch.
The DMV Afghans are the
I'm going to
most
visit
normal.
all of your families.
Yeah.
I'm in this bus. Just tell me where your stop
party
is.
bus.
I'll have 50 cups of chai.
Yeah, we're the more normal Afghans out of all the Afghans.
That's what every Afghan says.
But DMV is very special.
All right. This song, guys. This is my new favorite right now. I'm
Okay.
into it. It goes through a lot of different like movements in the song,
Okay.
and it's not like this crazy driving beat, but it's
Yeah.
just dope. I love
All
it.
right.
All right. It's called Clouded, and it's by Swim Mountain.
Whoa.
So check it out on the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour Spotify playlist. Comment, rate, review on like Apple Music,
Yeah. Apple
Spotify.
Music. Yeah.
Yeah, leave a comment. That's about it, I guess. You know,
We appreciate you
we
guys
appreciate
watching
you watching, staying
and
with
listening.
us.
Yeah.
It'll get better over time, but this is a good first stab.
That's a first step. We're growing.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Never thought that it could slip away as you wish away another day. Can't believe that it is happening. Worried about what the future brings. It's not up to you. No words even fit the mood. It's not up to you. Are we gonna make it through? I watched you risk it all. I let you drop the gun. I know you're cloudy. How long can we go on? You know that something's wrong. I know you're cloudy. And your costume fell away from you. And you have to think, what should we do? Can't believe that it is happening. Worried about what the future brings. It's not up to you. No words even fit the mood. It's not up to you. Are we gonna make it through? We don't talk anymore. That's how you know everything's gonna change. Sorry if I made you laugh. You try to be serious. I don't know what to say.